Could your favorite old t-shirt be the reason your grandkids don't hug you as long anymore? It's a hard thought, I know, but many older men carry a smell they don't even notice, not because they're dirty, but because time has changed their body in ways no one warned them about. And the truth is, sometimes it's not poor hygiene, just a few small habits we've overlooked. In this video, I'll share 6 subtle hygiene mistakes older men make, and more importantly, how to fix them easily at home starting tonight. These simple tweaks can help you feel fresher, more confident, and close to the people you love without awkward distance. Don't wait until someone finally says something. Let's fix it now. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear, where are you watching from and what time is it right now? And if you're ready to feel better in your own skin, drop a hope in the comments. I read everyone. If this speaks to you, hit subscribe so you never miss these simple, honest health tips. Now let's start with what your undershirt might be hiding, even if it looks clean. Mistake number 1, the undershirt you love might be holding more than comfort. Let me ask you something personal, and I ask this with care. How many days do you usually wear your undershirt before tossing it in the wash? 1 day, 2, maybe 3 or more. It's okay, you're not the only one. A lot of men your age do the same thing, especially when it doesn't seem dirty. You think I didn't sweat much? I didn't do anything too active? It's still good. But here's the part no one tells you. Even if you're not soaked in sweat, your body's still working. Your skin releases oils, sheds tiny dead skin cells, and holds on to scent, especially under the arms, the chest, and the back. And as we get older, our skin actually traps odors longer than it used to. That old cotton undershirt you love, it might be hanging on to more than just memories. I remember talking to Walter, a 71-year-old veteran from Minnesota. He wore the same soft undershirt almost every day, said it reminded him of his fishing trips with his sons back in the day. One afternoon, his granddaughter came over for a visit. She gave him a big hug, but quickly wrinkled her nose and stepped back. She didn't say anything, but he felt it. That small moment stayed with him. The truth is, Walter didn't smell bad because he was unclean. He showered every day, used deodorant, even splashed on aftershave. But that old undershirt, it was soaking up oils, bacteria, and old scent from previous days and holding it close to his skin. That's why the smell lingered even when he didn't notice it. Health experts from Mayo Clinic and Cleveland Clinic both note that older adults often experience a decrease in their sense of smell, which means you may not realize the scent others are picking up. It's not about shame, it's about awareness, and it's an easy fix. Here's what I tell my clients, and it's what Walter does now too. Try to wash your undershirt every 1 to 2 wears, even if it looks clean. Choose breathable cotton, not tight synthetic fabric that traps more odor. And if laundry feels like too much, get a few more good undershirts to rotate through the week. Walmart, Target, even Costco carry great packs for under $20. You don't need to spend much to feel fresher. And here's the thing, you'll feel the difference. That stale feeling in the afternoon, gone. You'll feel lighter, cleaner, and when someone leans in for a hug, you won't second guess it. Let me ask you this. What's your favorite shirt, the one you wear around the house or to the store? Take a moment today and give it a wash. You might be surprised what's been sticking around, because feeling good in your own skin sometimes starts with what's right against it. Simple change, big difference. Now let's move on to something just under your arms that may need more attention than you think. Mistake number 2, when deodorant stops working, but no one tells you why. The second habit I want to talk to you about is something most men don't even think twice about. You put on deodorant in the morning, maybe even one of those 48-hour extra strength kinds, and that's it. You shower, you scrub, and yet, later in the day, you still catch a whiff of something sour under your arms. Maybe not strong, but just enough to make you self-conscious. And the frustrating part is you're doing everything right, or so you think. That's what happened to Frank, a 69-year-old retired truck driver from Tulsa, Oklahoma. He came into the clinic one day and said, "Doc, I shower every morning, use the same deodorant I've used for years, but I swear it's not working like it used to." He leaned in and whispered, "My wife noticed too." She didn't say it mean, but I could tell. That moment hit him hard, because when it comes from someone you love, it's not about embarrassment. It's about wanting to feel like yourself again. So here's what I told Frank and what I want to tell you now. As we age, our skin changes. It gets thinner, it holds on to oil and residue longer, and those long-lasting deodorants, they're designed to stick. Really stick. Most of them leave behind a waxy film that your regular soap doesn't fully wash away. Now here's the part no one tells you: that leftover film builds up. Day after day, week after week. It mixes with sweat, dead skin, even laundry detergent residue, and it creates the perfect little hideout for bacteria. That's what you're smelling, not you, but what's stuck underneath your deodorant. It's not about poor hygiene. It's about not knowing there's another step. So what can you do? You don't need fancy products. Frank didn't switch brands or buy anything new. He just started using a soft washcloth, like those baby ones they sell at Target or CVS. In the shower, he gently rubbed his underarms in a slow circular motion 2 to 3 times a week. Nothing rough, just warm water, mild soap and consistency. The first time he did it, the cloth turned gray. Not dirt from the outside. That was buildup stuff stuck under the skin surface. And after a few days, no more sour smell. His skin felt fresher. His deodorant worked better. And his wife, she noticed in the best way. Harvard Health points out that older adults often need extra attention to areas where skin folds or stays moist, like the underarms. It's not about being cleaner, it's about being smarter. So if you've ever lifted your arm and caught a scent that made you wince even after your morning routine, this might be why. It's an easy fix. Just a gentle scrub, a little patience, and maybe even a fresh towel you keep just for that purpose. And if you're willing, try it tonight. Then come back tomorrow and tell me in the comments if you noticed a difference. Just write hope, because staying fresh shouldn't be complicated. It should just feel right. Now let's move to something even more surprising, a smell that might be following you around: from your shoes. Mistake number 3. The smell isn't you, it's your shoes. Mistake number 3 might surprise you because it's not about your body at all. It's about your shoes. Now I know that might sound odd at first, but if you've ever caught a faint smell near your entryway, or felt embarrassed when slipping your shoes off at the doctor's office, this might hit home. And the truth is, most men don't realize how much odor builds up in their footwear, especially after 65. You see, as we get older, our sense of smell fades a bit. That's just part of aging. The problem, we stop noticing things, like how our shoes might be carrying around an odor that we've gone nose blind to, but others haven't. I'll never forget talking to Mr. Joe, a 73-year-old from Dayton, Ohio. Veteran, sharp dresser, great guy. He came in complaining about how his daughter had gently asked him to leave his shoes outside during family dinners. He was confused at first, even a little hurt. "They're just my loafers," he said. "I've had them for years. They fit like a glove." But when we looked closer, those leather loafers were soaked through with years of sweat, dirt, and old sock residue. They'd never once been cleaned on the inside. And Joe, like many men, never thought about it. The reality is, your shoes, especially ones made of leather or thick material, trap moisture. And where there's moisture, there's bacteria. Even on cool days, your feet sweat more than you realize. Combine that with warm insoles and closed space, and you've got yourself a perfect little bacteria bungalow walking around all day. And if you wear the same pair day after day, without giving them time to breathe, the odor builds up fast. So what's the solution? You don't need to toss your favorite pair. You just need to treat them like you would a used dish towel. Something that touches sweat needs a little care. Start by sprinkling a little baking soda inside each shoe before bed. Let it sit overnight. It'll absorb the moisture and neutralize the smell. In the morning, just shake it out into the trash. Easy. On sunny days, and we get plenty of those in places like Arizona and California, take your shoes outside. Let them sit in direct sunlight for an hour or two. The UV light actually helps kill odor-causing bacteria. And here's a simple trick I give to my own father. Rotate between 2 or 3 pairs of shoes during the week. That way, each pair gets a full day to dry out. And if your shoes have removable insoles, take them out and wash them in warm, soapy water. Just like you'd wash your pillowcases or your cap. Harvard Health has noted that poor foot hygiene in older adults can lead to skin breakdown infections and, yes, increased body odor. But the fix isn't complicated. It's just about paying attention to the parts of our body we don't always see, but everyone else can smell. So today, maybe go check the shoes sitting by your door. Give them a sniff. If they've been with you through every grocery trip, doctor visit, and walk around the block, maybe they've earned a little freshening up too. And if you've ever had that moment slipping your shoes off and wondering if someone else noticed something, drop a comment below and write hope. Because taking care of ourselves isn't about perfection. It's about pride. Now let's talk about something even more personal, the way scent can follow you even when you think you've covered it up. Mistake number 4, when cologne becomes too much and no one tells you. Mistake number 4 isn't about what you forget. It's about what you do with the best intentions. Let's be honest. Most men from our generation were raised to believe in having a signature scent, a spritz of Old Spice, maybe Brut, or if you were feeling fancy, a little splash of Stetson before church or dinner out. It was a way to feel sharp, presentable, put together. But here's something we don't always talk about. As we get older, that same cologne, the one that used to smell clean and crisp, can start to hit differently. I remember talking to Earl, a retired firefighter from Austin. He was 76 and still wore the same aftershave he used since he was 30. Said it made him feel like himself. But one Sunday after church, his daughter leaned over and gently said, "Dad, I think your cologne is getting a little strong." It surprised him, because Earl hadn't changed anything. If anything, he was wearing the same amount, maybe one extra spray to freshen up. But what he didn't realize is that aging skin doesn't hold scent the same way. As we age, our skin produces less oil. It also tends to hang on to scent longer, especially if there's any sweat or body odor underneath. So when cologne is sprayed on top of skin that's not clean or still a little damp from the day, it doesn't mask odor, it mixes with it. The result isn't always pleasant, and to others it can feel overwhelming. Kind of like spraying air freshener in a room that hasn't been aired out. The scent lingers, but not in the way you want. According to dermatologists quoted in Men's Health, in Harvard Health publishing, body chemistry changes with age, especially for men on medications for blood pressure or diabetes. These shifts can affect how fragrances sit on your skin, which means what smelled woodsy at 40 might come off musty at 70 through no fault of your own. So here's a simple fix that worked wonders for Earl and many men like him. He started applying cologne only after a shower when his skin was clean and dry. No more midday resprays, and instead of spraying it directly on his neck or chest, he sprayed a small amount on the collar of his shirt or undershirt. Just enough to carry the scent, not drown in it. And if he wasn't able to shower, he'd carry a pack of fragrance-free baby wipes in his truck. He'd step into the restroom, wipe down his neck, chest, and underarms. Then and only then, he'd apply a single spray. Within a week, his wife noticed. She said, "You smell like you again, not like you're trying too hard." And that, my friend, made all the difference. So if you're still using that bottle of cologne from the 80s, great. Just give it a little respect. Let it work with your body, not against it. Try it this week. Clean skin, light mist, no more than one spray. See how you feel, and if someone in your family smiles a little longer when they hug you. If this tip speaks to you, leave a comment below and write hope. Because staying fresh isn't about impressing anyone, it's about feeling good in your own skin. Coming up next, we'll talk about something you touch every day but probably haven't cleaned in months. Yep, your brush. Mistake number 5, the brush and razor. You trust, might be turning against you. Mistake number 5 is one of those things we all overlook, and yet it sits on the bathroom counter right next to the sink every single day. Your hairbrush and your razor. Now I get it, you've probably used the same brush or comb for years. And why not? It works. It feels right in your hand, just like that trusty razor you grab every other morning to tidy up your face or neck. But here's something I want you to think about. When was the last time you actually cleaned either one? I remember visiting my Uncle Ralph in Missouri a while back. He's 78, still full of charm, still trims his beard better than most guys in their 30s. But when I picked up his brush from the side of the sink, I saw, well, let's just say a whole lot more than just hair. There was buildup, dust, old gel, a few flakes of skin. He laughed it off, but I could tell he hadn't thought about cleaning it in months. Maybe years. The same went for his razor. He'd rinse it under cold water, pat it dry, and put it back in the drawer. No scrubbing, no soaking. It still looked clean, but over time those blades had picked up dead skin soap scum and whatever was left behind from the last shave. The problem is, as we age, our skin gets thinner. It also heals slower. That means even a tiny nick from a dull razor or irritation from a dirty blade can lead to redness, rashes, or even infections. According to Cleveland Clinic, older adults are especially vulnerable to skin issues from shared or unclean tools, even at home. And don't get me started on that itchy scalp. If your brush hasn't been cleaned in weeks, you're just brushing yesterday's oil right back into your hair. That's how dandruff builds up. That's why your scalp feels irritated, and why your pillow starts to smell just a little off. But don't worry, the fix is simple. Once a week, fill your bathroom sink with warm water and a squirt of shampoo or dish soap. Toss in your brush, let it soak for 15 minutes, then use an old toothbrush to gently scrub the base. You'll be shocked at what comes out. Same with your razor. Give it a warm soak, especially the blade area. If it's one of those cartridge razors, use a Q-tip or a soft cloth to clean between the blades. And after shaving, always rinse it with warm water and dry it thoroughly before putting it away. Let it breathe, don't trap it in a damp drawer. If that feels like a lot, just start with one. Pick either your razor or your brush today. Give it a good clean. I promise you'll feel the difference tomorrow morning. And if this part reminded you of a dusty brush sitting on your sink right now, just comment hope below. You're not the only one. We've all let things go from time to time. But the good news, it's never too late to start fresh. Up next, we're heading to the place where we spend almost a third of our lives, our bed. And what I'm about to share might change how you sleep starting tonight. Mistake number 6 is something I've heard more times than I can count. Jim, I live alone. Who's going to notice if I wear the same pajamas for a week? And listen, I get it. You're not going out in public. You're not sweating like you used to. You just want to be comfortable in your own space. But here's the truth no one really talks about. Your body is still working at night even while you sleep. Your skin sheds. You might sweat just a little. Maybe you take medications that come out through your pores. Maybe you use a cream for joint pain or dry skin. And guess where all that ends up? Your pillow, your pajamas, the same sheets and night clothes that cradle you every single night. I once talked with Mr. Howard from Boise, Idaho. A widower in his early 70s, kind-hearted, liked his routines. He wore the same flannel sleep shirt every night, said it was soft and broken and just right. But over time, he noticed this stale, almost sour smell in his bedroom. He'd cleaned the floor, aired the room, even bought one of those plug-in air fresheners. But the smell stayed. When his daughter came for a weekend visit, she hugged him in the morning and gently asked Dad, "When's the last time you washed your bedding?" That's when it hit him. The smell wasn't the house, it was his pajamas and pillow. See, as we age, our sense of smell can fade, but that doesn't mean others can't pick it up. And sleeping in the same unwashed clothes or sheets for days, even weeks, builds up more than just scent. According to Cleveland Clinic, dirty bedding can harbor dead skin cells, oils, and even bacteria that irritate aging skin or cause rashes. But the good news is, this is one of the easiest habits to change. I told Howard what I tell most men his age. Start small. Wash your pillowcase once a week. That alone makes a huge difference for your skin, your sinuses, and your sense of comfort. Next, rotate your pajamas. Wear them 2, maybe 3 nights max, then toss them in the laundry. Have 2 sets, one on the body, one in the drawer. Cotton works best, breathes better, feels lighter. And about that pillow, every 6 months give it a wash. Not just the case, the whole pillow. Add a little baking soda before drying to freshen it up. And once a month, sprinkle baking soda on your mattress, let it sit, and vacuum it up. That's your sleep space. It should feel clean and safe. Howard followed through. A few weeks later, he said his room felt new. His skin stopped itching. And for the first time in months, he slept through the night without waking up sweaty or stuffy. So if you're listening right now and thinking about that old set of pajamas on your bed, maybe tonight is the night to give them a rest. If this reminded you of something in your own home, leave a comment below and type hope. Because taking care of yourself isn't about who's watching. It's about how you feel when no one is. And now that we've cleared the air quite literally, let's wrap up with a few final thoughts. Because sometimes freshness isn't about doing more. It's about doing the right small things with care. So my friend, if there's one quiet truth in all of this, it's that staying fresh, feeling good in your own skin, doesn't take something big. It's the little habits. The clean shirt, the aired out shoes, the brush you finally washed after who knows how long. If something in this video spoke to you, even just one small thing, I'd love for you to share it in the comments. Or just write the word hope down below. Because sometimes hope starts with the decision to care for ourselves a little more gently. And if this felt helpful, please tap subscribe, ring the little bell so you don't miss the next one, and maybe share this video with a friend, a brother, or even a neighbor who might need it too. Until next time, may your home be light, your pillow clean, and your heart at ease. Take care of yourself, you deserve it.